Okay, so yeah, it's the same day. It's September 1st again still. Uh the last tape I think I made some good points and I just want to try and elaborate on what the thought is behind that. Okay, so if God is planet Earth and an oak tree is representing how our existence is, what is it representing what it is? We start with the presence of God. God realizes himself, herself, into producing the spiritual world. But since God is the only thing that is present at this moment, and we're going to have to use moments because that's the only way we can relate. God is the only thing present, so what do you make the spiritual world out of? God divides and separates himself, herself, male and female. How many of you have ever looked or thought of God as a giant grandmother? Or as a loving, kind spouse? Or as a loving, kind father? As an understanding friend? All of these things are God trying to help you. If someone is in your experience, you are being helped by God. God has brought this. There are no accidents, and there is no source of evil or wrongdoing. There's only opening your eyes and walking in the light that feels good and fun and enjoyable and pleasurable and exciting and it's pleasant to be there, or there is not. And I think in between the is fun and having a good time and is not fun and not having a good time is the autopilot. In autopilot, you process thoughts. In autopilot, you're driving down the road, you're processing thoughts. What are you thinking about? When you think about things that you do not enjoy, those things you do not enjoy come into your existence. When you think of things you do enjoy, those things can come into your existence. Let's put the word can. Can come into your existence. In other words, if you're driving down the freeway and you're always thinking about the accident, it can come into your existence whether you think about it or not. But the likelihood of that accident happening to you now while you're thinking about it are even higher than they were a moment ago. And then to watch it physically come into existence is the realization of the thoughts you've been having. And this happens in every single aspect of your life, moment by moment by moment by moment, and is guided by the next thought that you think. So it's not the history of where you've been, it's the future of how you're going to get there. If your focus on your family trip is be safe, nobody's going to take you. Let me put a tag on you. Let me take care of this. Let me take care of that. Let me bring a gun so we can be safe. Let me do this. Let me do that. Let me lock the house up and tell the neighbor that I'm going to be gone. Let me do that. Let me understand that all these things are being taken care of for me so I can be safe. Try the approach. It's going to work out well for me. And I'm just going to flow with whatever needs to be done. I'm not going to excess more than needs to be done. I'm just going to enjoy the trip and let the rest of it take care of itself. So the likelihood of a bad trip happening at this point is a lot less than the one before, where you're worried about all of the things that you don't want to happen, or you're anxious going into the situation. What you're focusing on is bringing these things into your existence, moment by moment. So the leading edge of thought, where you're at, what you're doing, since that is true and happening, and I promise you there is not a shred of evidence anywhere in the universe to the contrary. You're thinking about it, it's happening. You are sharing that experience. Now, if you're doing that, then the next thought you think is very important, isn't it? It's important that you enjoy every moment. It's important that you find things to enjoy thinking about as often as you can. Start this immediately and start enjoying your life more and more. That's the point. You are a spiritual being, physically focused in the universe, in a physical universe, on a grain of sand called planet Earth. The consciousness you have of your own existence is the way you communicate with God. And the way God communicates with you is He sends a physical manifestation of an emotion into your body, mind, brain, and soul. It infects everything. When this physical expression of communication from God, we call emotions, reaches you, you instantly understand good, bad. Instantly in every situation. Comfortable, uncomfortable. Put it that way. Is it make you feel comfortable or uncomfortable? You are correct. At that moment in time, that first inkling is exactly the way things should be unfolding for you. If you think someone's lying to you, they are. If you think someone's telling the truth, they are. If you're overthinking it and creating the situation yourself, you are. Have fun with that one, folks. I'm still working on it. But the basics remain the same. The love energy that is in you, that you are part of, that you are flowing, is 100% God. Focused thought on just exactly you. 600 trillion cells in your body. They all developed out of 2 cells. Do you think the logistics alone would drive you nuts? How am I going to get all of this in there to put this together? Oh, by the way, you have 9 months. You have 100 trillion cells in your body in 9 months. Each individual cell runs independently and of its own, depending all on the body as a whole. And then you start talking and waking up. Now you have communication with God, and you're asking yourself, does He really exist? Give me a break. It's been fun. Love you.